Hello everyone, how are you all doing? In this discussion, we will first create IAM Identity Center users and groups. Then we will create a permission set and assign a group to an AWS account along with that permission set. Finally, we will see how to log into the AWS management console of that account from the AWS Access Portal using SSO. We had already enabled IAM Identity Center in our account and also did the basic setup as part of the session, enabling and setting up IAM Identity Center and exploring the dashboard. Before we proceed, I am Hartin Jacob Kanagatotu. I am an author, architect, and tech evangelist. You can learn more about me or even connect with me at linkedin.com/in/Hartin. Let us get started. I have logged into my AWS account as the root user and came to IAM Identity Center dashboard. Once we create users, groups, and give them the required permissions through permission sets, we will start using IAM Identity Center users instead of the root user. We may also use IAM users, but the current recommendation from AWS is to use IAM Identity Center users instead of the traditional IAM users. We will first create a group and then create a user and add to that group. So we can go to groups from the left sidebar, click on create group. I will create a group as Kokan Super Admins. I can give a description for the group, Kokan Super Admins. We will not add users here as we haven't created any user set. We can click on create group. Now we can click users from the left sidebar. Click on add user. Give a username. I'll give the username as Hartin. I will enter the email as hartin@kokan.ca. I'll repeat the same. I'll give my first name Hartin and last name Kanigatotu. Please note I have selected send an email to this user with the password setup instructions. You may also generate a one-time password that you can share with the user. Contact methods, I can enter the phone number and website for this user, which is optional. I can also update job related information, which is also optional, such as user type, title, roles, employee number, cost center, organization, division, department, manager. I can also enter address information, which is also optional, street address, locality, region, postal code, country, formatted. Preferences are also optional, nickname, preferred language, local, time zone, and finally, additional attributes are also optional. You can provide Microsoft 365 immutable ID here. Click on next. Here, I have the option to add this user to an existing group. We had already created the group Kokan Super Admins. I will add this user to Kokan Super Admins and click on next. I can verify the details and click on add user. So I have added a user Hartin and I have added that user to a group Kokan Super Admins. The newly created user would have got an email similar to this with an accept invitation button, which will expire in 7 days, as well as our AWS Access Portal URL and the username. We can click on accept invitation. It will ask the user to set a new password. After adding the new password, you can click on set new password. It will take me to the sign in page. I can enter my username and click on next. I can enter the password I set earlier and click on sign in. It will ask me to register MFA device. Your organization requires multi-factor authentication for added security during sign in. Each time you sign in, you will be prompted for your password and an MFA device. Select one of the options below to get started. I will select Authenticator app and click next. Set up the Authenticator app. Install either the Google Authenticator, Duo Mobile, or Authy app on your mobile device or computer. I have installed Google Authenticator. I can click on show QR code and then enter the 6-digit code from the authenticator app here. Once I enter the details, I can click on Assign MFA. Authenticator app registered. Your authenticator app has been successfully registered. You can now use it when prompted for additional verification and sign in. I can click on Done. You have navigated to the AWS Access portal. After your administrator gives you access to applications and AWS accounts, you can find them here. As you can see, this is my Access portal URL, which is the same here. Now I will go back to my AWS account as the root user and give permissions to this newly created user. I am now logged in as the root user in my management account. Click on permission sets from the left sidebar. Click on create permission set. I'll select predefined permission set. You can also read about permission set here. A permission set contains policies that determine a user's permissions to access an AWS account. When you assign a user or group to a permission set in an AWS account, IAM Identity Center creates an IAM role in the account and attaches the policies specified in the permission set to that role. Select an option to specify the permission set type. We have a predefined permission set as well as a custom permission set option. With predefined permission set, we can create a predefined permission set by choosing a AWS defined template. This template enables you to select a single AWS managed policy. For example, you select a policy that grants permission to a common job function, such as billing, or a specific level of access to AWS services and resources, such as view-only access. You can update the permission set as your needs evolve. We can also select custom permission set. With custom permission set, we create a custom permission set by selecting AWS managed policies and creating an inline policy which is recommended. We can also attach customer managed policies and set permissions boundary. We will see a custom permission set, customer managed policies, permission boundary, etc. in a future session. Now we will go with the predefined permission set. We will select administrator access since we are doing this for the super admins group. Scroll down and click on next. We can give a permission set name. I'll go with the default for now, administrator access. Description, I can give a description which is optional. Administrator access for super admin group. Session duration, we have a few different options like 1 hour, 2 hour, 4 hour, 8 hour, 12 hour, or a custom duration. Session duration is the length of time a user can be logged on before the console logs them out of their session. We had seen the access portal earlier, right? Once we log into access portal, we can log into the different AWS accounts or applications assigned to us for a duration equal to the session duration that we have configured here. And after the session duration, we will have to log in again. Normally in enterprises, I've seen people setting 1 hour or 2 hour. But when you are learning, you may set a higher session duration also. I'll go with 12 hours for now. Relay state is optional, which is the value used in the federation process for redirecting users within the account. We will see that in a different session. We will not enter any tags for now. Click on next. Review everything on this page and finally click on create. Next, we will assign our Kokan super admins group to an AWS account. Click on AWS accounts from the left sidebar. Expand sandbox and select the account to which we want to assign the group. Click on assign users or groups. Select our Kokan super admins group and click on next. Select a permission set. In our case, the permission set administrator access that we had created earlier. As you can read from here, permission sets define the level of access that users and groups in IAM Identity Center have to an AWS account. You can assign more than one permission set to a user. To ensure least privilege access to the AWS accounts, users in IAM Identity Center with multiple permission sets on an AWS account must pick a specific permission set when selecting the account and then return to the AWS Access portal to pick a different set when necessary. If multiple permissions are here, when logging in, the user will have to select what role he want to use. For now, we will keep things simple with only the administrator access that we have created. We'll click on next, and finally we can submit. We can see that AWS has re-provisioned our AWS account successfully and applied the updated permission set to the account. Now we can log in again as our IAM Identity Center user, which is Hartin. From the invitation mail, I can get the AWS Access Portal URL. I can click on it. I can enter my username, click on next. I can enter the password, click on sign in. If you had configured Google Authenticator like me, you can go to Google Authenticator and get the code and enter it here. Click on sign in. If everything is fine, we should be able to see the AWS account that is assigned to us. If multiple accounts are assigned, we will be able to see all of them here, and we can decide which account to log in. Here I have only one account, and I have only one role assigned or one permission set assigned. If I want to log into a management console, I can click on administrator access, and without needing to enter any other credentials, it has logged me into this account, our sandbox account. And if I need to access from CLI, I can get the access keys by clicking here, get credentials for administrator access, AWS IAM Identity Center credentials. So these credentials will be valid only for a limited time. Unlike the IAM credentials that will be staying there until you manually remove it, thus making our environment more secure. We can close this and we can go back here. And if I go to IAM here and check for users, I won't have any users here. And I can also search for IAM Identity Center. I'll not be able to see the identity center since this is not the management account. If I click on enable, it will ask me enable an account instance of IAM Identity Center. Use account instances to manage access to supported AWS managed instances in the same account and AWS region. It gives me a warning message. Consider an organization-wide setup. You are enabling IAM Identity Center in a member account. However, setting up IAM Identity Center in organization's management account is recommended for centralized user management across multiple accounts, simplified access to AWS accounts and cloud applications, improved security and compliance. If you need multi-account access, contact your organization administrator to discuss enabling IAM Identity Center organization-wide. For account specific limited use only, choose enable to proceed with enabling IAM Identity Center in this account. It has also shown me region details. Let me change the region to Canada Central. It will show me a similar message. The console simply offers an option to create a separate instance for this member account. However, we should not do it. If we do, AWS will create a separate identity center instance in this account, which can cause multiple identity center instances, confusing permission management, loss of centralized access control. So IAM Identity Center should run only in the management account. Let us cancel this and go back to our dashboard. So in this discussion, we created users, groups, and permission sets and assigned our group to an AWS account along with assigning a permission set. And we also logged into our AWS Access Portal. And from there, we logged into our AWS account that was assigned to us. This is included in the recipe User Management and SSO with IAM Identity Center within Chapter 1 of my book AWS Security Cookbook 2nd edition. The book has additional steps to do things from CLI as well as a lot of theory around these things to help you understand why we are doing these things and what is actually happening while we do these things and not just see how to do it. So I would suggest you use these videos alongside the AWS Security Cookbook 2nd edition for maximum learning. You can find the book in Amazon. search my name, Hartin Kanigatottu. You can get the second edition. Second edition is black. You can read my notes on cloud at cloudrix.com. You can see the recordings of my sessions on cloud at my YouTube channel Cloudrix. If you buy my book, please feel free to connect with me over LinkedIn. Bye bye for now, and see you all in next class.